Hello and welcome to HDFC Life presents live sessions partnered by ET Now. As we approach National Insurance Awareness Day on 28th of June, we're going to be talking about life insurance as a financial investment tool and a safety net, along with addressing some common queries to help you make a more informed decision. We're also going to be busting myths surrounding this topic and discuss the road ahead by diving deep into the need of life insurance and the right time to invest. I'm Aisha Faridi, and today we're going to be talking about term insurance with our esteemed speakers, Mr. Pankaj Gupta, Group Head Distribution Strategy and Alliances, HDFC Life, and Ms. Santosh Agarwal, Chief Business Officer, Life Insurance Vertical at Policy Bazaar. Now, to start things off, we've seen that over the last couple of years, there has been awareness which has brought in heightened demand for pure protection term plans and also guaranteed return plans on the back of assured financial protection for future money needs. Now, this trend has further reinforced that in the past year, life insurance further evolved from just being a tax-saving tool to a comprehensive and reliable financial protection solution for people. So with that, Santosh, if I could firstly come to you, just wanted to understand, given that you're an expert when it comes to insurance and in particular about term insurance, how has the consumer behavior changed in the last couple of years?
I think the recent health emergencies that COVID-19 brought on us has made the, I think, value of insurance very clear to consumers. So we saw a lot of demand come through during the last 2 years. What is very striking is that the penetration of insurance is still very low. It's just 3.2, and as compared to the global average, which is 3.3, we're still very low. So I think though a lot of demand has come through, it needs to get translated into action. The other thing is that people now understand that you have to prepare for uncertainties. You have to plan and buy insurance at the right time. You have to plan investments, and you need to do it over a period of time. You can't plan for these things when the uncertainty is upon you. So yeah, I think life insurance, which is pure protection term insurance, which is a very basic form of insurance, is something that one should always have, along with savings over a period of time.
Pankaj, I want to get you in here, because being financially secure doesn't mean that my finances are secure. It also means my entire ecosystem. It means all my dependents, each and every one of them, they also should be financially secure. So I just want you to elaborate a little bit on what does financial security really mean in the current scenario.
I think, Aisha, you already hit it on the nail. Financial security does not mean that I am going to live my life well if I am around for my family. We all know that life is uncertain. Anything can happen to any one of us at any point of time. We all saw very unfortunate situations with many families during the pandemic wave also. So what it means is, can I plan my financial affairs in a way that even in an uncertain financial and life situation, my family is well taken care of in terms of their expectations and aspirations on a long-term basis. And that is where the role of life insurance comes in compared to any other product category, which is able to take care of the family's needs, whether the earning member is there or not there for them. So that's the role I would say we all need to play for our family in terms of financial planning.
Santosh, when it comes to life insurance, there are many products there, and the one term that we hear often about is term insurance. So let's start by explaining our viewers as to what is term insurance and why is it significant, to have in your portfolio.
Term insurance is the most simplest form of insurance, and it's also the most essential form of insurance. It's a pure protection product. The product basically takes care of your family if you are not around. So you buy that product for a fixed period of years, and if something happens to you during that period, then your family gets the sum assured or the benefit. The beauty about this product is that it comes at an extremely affordable price. There are various types even within term insurance. There are a couple of types of insurance. So the one that I'm explaining is pure term insurance. There is one which is return of premium. So the premium that you pay comes back to you at maturity. So if nothing happens to you when you live through the security period, then the premium that you pay gets returned. There is also, the kind of payout that can happen, the benefit payout that happens to your family, that is also of different forms. Your family can take that money in a lump sum format, or they can take it in a monthly income format. And there are also whole life covers, which kind of cover you throughout your life. And they are a mix of pure term and savings. So you can plan that, it's a legacy planning tool rather. So it covers you through your life, and after your life, your family gets a large sum of money. So, that's the third kind of insurance, term insurance, that I would say.
Pankaj, term insurance, of course, is one aspect of it, but the basic ideology around insurance, one always thinks that insurance is for the elderly or for people who've already crossed the age group of 40. I want you to tell our viewers as to why it's important to not just look at insurance in that way, but start insurance when it's day one of your earnings, for instance.
I think the fundamental thing that we need to understand about life insurance is that it is a long-term product. When anything is a long-term product, you're not getting instant gratification. Now, we all know that when you are young, you have a lot of aspirations about your lifestyle, about things you want to do. And what it means is that life insurance, while you may understand that it is an important need, it is not an urgent need at that stage of your life. However, as I earlier also spoke, given that life is uncertain, the sooner we plan for life's exigencies, the better it is and the more secure we will be for ourselves and for our families. Other thing we have to understand about term life in particular is that when we are younger, we have a more healthy lifestyle, and we are physically in a space where term insurance is easier to get. The premiums are much, much lower. As we get older, and in case of people with some comorbidities, getting term insurance is not an easy task. So the sooner you decide to take the plunge and take term life insurance, the better it is for you. And while the temptation would always be to get for instant gratification, need to balance that with our longer term priorities, financial priorities as well.
Santosh, just picking up on that point, because when it comes to the youngsters, the Gen Z, the millennials, they're pretty hesitant taking up a term insurance. I want you to elaborate a little bit more, as Pankaj did, on the barriers that come while taking up a term insurance.
The biggest barrier is just procrastination. So people do understand, are aware of the importance, but they just procrastinate, and they think it's something to be done at a later date. I would say that's the single biggest reason. There are other reasons as well. Some people think they're immortal, so they will live a healthy life for a very, very long period of time, and do not plan for uncertainties. Some people think it's complex. They can't do it themselves. They need somebody they can trust, and finding that person they trust is not something that they can find in everyday life. So I think these are the major entries to barrier, and also the fact that in India for a very long period of time, insurance was sold as savings products. Like term insurance is still very, very, it's a nascent industry. I would say just been there for 12, 14 years is when people have understood that term insurance is a pure protection product, and that's what is required to have to protect from uncertainties. So even that, I think some bit of awareness is still required.
That's right. And Pankaj, all the myths and misconceptions around term insurance as well, that why do I need it, I'm so young, or the fact that what my employer is doing in terms of insurance for me, that should be enough. How do you bust these myths?
So one thing to realize is that many people, as you rightly said, feel that employer insurance is enough for them. However, if we use a basic thumb rule, that our family would probably need at minimum something like 10 times of our annual income in order that they can live a reasonably decent life, even if something were to happen to the main breadwinner. Most people are underinsured from that perspective. If you look at a recent survey that was done about the extent of underinsurance in our country, it is to the order of 83%. So it means that if as a country we need 100 rupees of sum assured, people have only 17 rupees of sum assured. Another survey showed that just about 2.5% of the country's population that is eligible for insurance has taken insurance. And for the people who have taken insurance also, the average sum assured is just one time of your annual income. So what it means is not only are we not insured as a country, we are also heavily underinsured as a country. Life insurance is one product that can help us minimize a lot of the risk in our life at a very low cost, as Santosh also highlighted. The amount of money that you pay for getting covered for a very big amount is actually very, very small. It's just a question of taking the decision that yes, I have to do that, it is important for me and I'll do it now, I will not delay that action.
Talking about not delaying action, the one thing which has also changed in the last 2.5 years is digitization. Is that now making taking up insurance easier? And because, you know, that's also a language which the youngsters connect with.
Absolutely. I think the biggest power of digitization is that it's brought insurance to everybody, no matter what age, no matter where you live. You can now buy insurance off the internet, which means that the power is in the hands of the consumer. Because it is digitized, everything is there written on a platform. You can go through the information. There is no chance of any kind of misinformation being passed on to the consumer. So I think digitization, one, will lead in better penetration of insurance. It will lead in a better buy. So you buy adequately. You'll buy the right amount of cover that is required for you. But because you can research what is the right amount of cover that you need to buy. So all of that, I think, empowers the consumer a lot. And that will definitely help in better penetration.
Pankaj, any concluding thoughts to that?
The volatility that is there in the other asset classes, actually, if you are planning your life with a couple of insurance products, you can reduce that volatility in your life. Not only term insurance, there are other savings products that Santosh also mentioned. Many of them help you minimize the risk of interest rate that is changing in our life. Our government is also very keen that the penetration of life insurance goes up in the country. From that perspective also, the products are very, very customer friendly. In the last 10 to 12 years, the way the industry has evolved, the products have become very, very suitable and targeted to the actual needs of the customers. The products have much lower cost structure than it used to be. If you look at the term insurance itself, while there have been recently some price increases, the price still is much lower than what it was in pre-2014 era. And I would say buying term insurance is a great deal even at the current prices.
Thank you, Pankaj Gupta and Ms. Santosh Agarwal, for joining us today and sharing with us your expertise on term insurance to make Indians more financially aware and strong. And to you, viewers, we hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for being a part of this initiative.